Hello students, I hope you all are safe and healthy. Today we will start chapter 2 microorganisms. Micro means small and organism means living things. So microorganisms are those organisms that are so small and they cannot be seen with naked eyes. In order to observe them, we need a light microscope or an electron microscope. They are also called microbes. Like the bread molds can be seen through a magnifying glass. Now we read about types of microorganisms. Microorganisms may be single celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. Now we read about some useful microorganisms. They are used in baking industries. They are used in preparation of curd. They are used in commercial preparation of pickles and many dairy products. They are used in industrial production of alcohol and wine. They are used in pharmaceutical industry and also used in cleaning environment. Like in curd. The curd contains some bacteria, of which lactobacillus is the one which promotes the formation of curd. It multiples in milk and convert it into curd. Making of bread, yeast is added to kneaded wheat flour. Yeast is the driving force behind fermentation. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, and bubbles of the gas increase its volume and make it soft and spongy. Now next topic is preparation of alcohol. Microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and vinegar. Yeast is grown on starch to produce whiskey, rum, etc. and on fruit juices to produce wine. Next, preparation of antibiotics. Microorganisms are used to prepare medicines. Antibiotics are used only against certain microorganisms. They are not effective against viruses. Next topic, immunization. Immunization is an important method of disease prevention. By receiving a vaccination, usually in the form of an injection, a person can be immunized against the disease and reduce their likelihood of developing the illness. Now, other uses of microorganisms are increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increases its fertility. Next, cleaning the environment. Certain type of bacteria can actually clean up the troublesome environment pollutants. Microbes like bacteria and fungi break down complex pollutants into simpler substances to energy energy and nutrients by the process called biodegradation. Now we read about some harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms causing disease in humans, and disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Now we read about some carriers of disease causing microbes. Pathogens are also spread from an infected person to a healthy one through insects and animals such as housefly, mosquito. Insects which transmit pathogen from an infected person to a healthy one are known as carriers of disease causing microbes. Here is a chart of some common human disease caused by microorganisms and their causative microorganisms like tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio, cholera, typhoid, hepatitis and malaria. Here are some diseases causing disease, microorganisms causing disease in animals, microorganisms causing disease in plants and microorganisms spoiling food. Now we read about food preservation. What do you mean by preservation? We often see that mangoes are spoiled and rotten in a few days, while the mango pickle does not spoil for a long time. To save food from spoilage, we have to save it from the attack of microorganisms. Food preservation methods either kill microbes or prevent their reproduction. For example, method of food preservation: vegetables by cannings, ready-made meals by cooling and chilling, vegetables and meal product by freezing, fruit flour, soups, pasta, etc. by drying, jam, crisp meat by adding salt or adding sugar, and pickles adding vinegar. And our last topic is nitrogen fixation or nitrogen cycle. Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms as part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acid and vitamins. When plant and animal die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compound to be used by plants again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of them to nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remain more or less constant. So, now our chapter complete. Now complete your assignment.